Welcome. Today is Saturday, April 20th, 2019. Here's what's what. Scientists report the first cases of foot disease for endangered HUEMUL deer in Chile and Patagonia in a study led by Wildlife Conservation Society. Researchers found foot lesions in 24 HUEMUL deer in Chile's Bernardo O'Higgins National Park between 2005 and 2010. The park remains one of the few strongholds for the species, which lives in the rugged mountainous terrain of southern Argentina and Chile. The foot disease causes severe pain, swelling, partial or complete loss of the hoof, and in many cases, death. Affected animals become unable to move and forage, leaving them susceptible to starvation and predation. Researchers identified parapox virus as the likely cause of the disease. About 40% of the affected deer died, suggesting the virus could pose a considerable conservation threat to the already vulnerable species. A giant 6-engine aircraft with the world's longest wingspan completed what company officials called a superb initial flight over California's Mojave Desert. STRATOLAUNCH Systems Corporation is vying to be a contender in the market for air-launching small satellites. The behemoth, twin-fuselage STRATOLAUNCH jet lifted off from Mojave Air and Spaceport shortly before 7 a.m. last Saturday and climbed into the desert sky 70 miles, 112 kilometers, north of Los Angeles. The jet flew 2.5 hours, achieving a maximum speed of 189 miles per hour, 304 kilometers, and altitudes up to 17,000 feet, 5,181 meters. The aircraft is designed to carry as many as 3 satellite-laden rockets at a time under the center of its enormous wing, which stretches 385 feet, 117 meters, a longer wingspan than any other aircraft. At an altitude of 35,000 feet, 10,668 meters, the rockets would be released, ignite their engines, and soar into space. The advantages of such air-launch systems include being able to use numerous airports and avoid the limitations of fixed launch sites which can be impacted by weather, air traffic, and ship traffic on ocean ranges. The previous wingspan leader was Howard Hughes's World War II-era 8-engine H-4 Hercules flying boat, nicknamed the Spruce Goose. Today's grandparents don't consider themselves financial supporters of their grandchildren, but nearly 94% of them provide some monetary help, according to a recent AARP survey. Grandparents spend an average of $2,562 annually on their grandchildren, equaling about $179 billion a year across the country. First-time grandparents are in their prime spending years and, on average, will have 4 to 5 grandchildren. They're spending money on a variety of expenses, such as gifts, vacations, daily necessities, and education. Gifts are an integral way that grandparents provide for grandchildren. Some 86% say they buy gifts, spending an average of $805 annually. Meanwhile, the survey found 1 in 7 grandparents extend their finances even further by providing for their grandchildren's necessities, such as groceries and other day-to-day living expenses. An even greater number of grandparents, 1 in 5, say they spend money on their grandchild's school or college tuition, an average of $4,075 a year. As grandparents live longer and start to have great-grandchildren, the study placed importance on creating a safety net for grandparents to help create more ways they can support their grandchildren. The Mauna volcano is picking up the pace when it comes to volcanic activity. Scientists have begun monitoring the Big Island volcano just in case it would erupt violently. Mauna Loa is impressively close to Kilauea, the volcano which erupted for many weeks last May. An eruption last year by Hawaii's Kilauea volcano destroyed more than 700 homes from May through August. Kilauea's current alert status is normal, but the landscape around the volcano has been primarily altered, creating 250 acres of new land. The Hawaii Volcano Observatory is closely monitoring Mauna Loa because conditions have risen to levels comparable to a more active period between 2014 and 2017. Earthquakes on Mauna Loa dropped to less than 5 per week in early 2018, but there have been up to 90 earthquakes weekly since August, with most considered mild at 2.0 or less on the Richter scale. Turning to birthdays for today, April 20th. Crispin Glover is 55. Crispin's an American actor known for portraying eccentric characters on screen, such as George McFly in Back to the Future, Andy Warhol in The Doors, and the Thin Man in Charlie's Angels. He's appeared in several sitcoms as a teenager, including Happy Days and Family Ties. Crispin is the son of actor Bruce Glover. Carmen Electra turns 47. Carmen's an American glamour model, actress, television personality, singer, and dancer. She began her career as a singer after moving to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where she met Prince, who produced her debut record. She later relocated to Los Angeles, California to pursue a career as an actress and gain notoriety for her role on the television series Baywatch. She was married to NBA star Dennis Rodman in November 1998, divorcing in April 1999. Ryan O'Neal is 78 today. Ryan's an American actor and former boxer. He trained as an amateur boxer before beginning his career in acting in 1960. He's father to actress Tatum O'Neal and was in a long-term relationship with actress Farrah Fawcett. Joey Lawrence turns 43. Joey's an American actor, musician, and game show host. He got his start as a child star in the early 1980s and is best known for his role as Joey Russo in Blossom. He won the role of Joey Donovan on the hit NBC sitcom Gimme a Break, alongside actress Nell Carter in 1983. Joey continued in that role until the series ended in 1987. He also starred in the series Brotherly Love with his real-life brothers Matthew and Andrew. Joey has been married 2 times and has 2 children. A high court on Monday overturned a lower court ruling and denied damages to chronic hepatitis B sufferers who contracted the illness in a state-run vaccination program and had relapses. The focus of the trial at the Fukuoka High Court had been on when the 20-year countdown under Japan's civil code begins, as the 2 male plaintiffs sued the state more than 20 years after they first developed symptoms. The Fukuoka District Court in 2017 ordered the state to pay 12.5 million yen, $112,000, damages to each of the men, deeming their relapses in 2004 and 2008 were new damage the plaintiffs have suffered and that they should, therefore, receive compensation. But the High Court ruled in favor of the state, which claimed the count should start from the time when they first had symptoms. Under the special law that took effect in 2012, people suffering from chronic hepatitis receive a one-off benefit of up to 36 million yen if they file a lawsuit against the state and a recognized link between the vaccination and the illness can be established. At least 400,000 people in Japan are believed to have been infected with the hepatitis B virus due to lax needle use practices during the country's group vaccination program between 1948 and 1988. However, only about 46,000 people have been recognized as eligible to receive a payment based on the special law as of the end of February. Extracts from the seeds of the Ginkgo biloba tree show antibacterial activity on pathogens that can cause skin infections such as acne, psoriasis, dermatitis, and eczema, a study at the Emory University finds. Frontiers in Microbiology is publishing the results of laboratory experiments showing that the extracts inhibit the growth of Cutibacterium acnes, Staphylococcus aureus, and Streptococcus pyogenes. A nearly 200-year-old copy of a 16th century text on traditional Chinese medicine guided the researchers in their experiments. The results give validity to the use of ginkgo seeds as a topical antimicrobial as prescribed in the 16th century text. A previous study found that ginkgo seed coats demonstrated antibacterial activity against some intestinal bacterial pathogens, and ginkgo leaves have shown antibacterial activity on both some intestinal bacteria and on the skin pathogen. This is the first study to demonstrate the antibacterial activity of ginkgo seeds on skin pathogens.